Hey, good evening, Midwest Survivor, time for dinner chat. So first off, I want to say thank you to everybody that is checking out the videos on YouTube and on TikTok, checking out the X posts, checking out the Instagram. Be sure on YouTube, click that subscribe, hit that thumbs up, like the channel, click subscribe, check out the comment section. Anything that interests you topic wise, be sure to click like and subscribe. It's not about me, and it's not about what I'm about me myself, but it's about sharing content with you about various topics and various situations and various different things. So what I want to talk about tonight is 12 signs of a toxic relationship. So there are 12 warning signs that you could be in a toxic relationship. I've experienced most of these, if not all of these myself at one point or another. So we're going to kind of go through them tonight. This may be a part one, all-in-one dinner chat, or there may be a part two, just depends on how it goes. So, an unhealthy relationship is characterized by toxic dynamics, where one person or both persons have ongoing disrespect. They are controlling. There's emotional harm. There's mental harm. There's physical harm. Instead of feeling safe, instead of feeling supported, instead of being built up, the relationship constantly creates stress, fear, and eventually you lose who you are as a person. So 12 signs of an unhealthy, toxic relationship. Number one, walking on eggshells constantly. You have to constantly withhold yourself or hide parts of yourself. You have to rehearse your words or avoid expressing honest feelings to prevent explosive reactions and explosive conflict. That is not a healthy relationship, my friends. If you have to walk on eggshells and you have to withhold yourself emotionally and not be honest with somebody, that is not a healthy relationship. I can honestly say that in my life, I had to withhold being honest because I was told that I was too harsh, I was too cruel, that I shouldn't say that. And I'm sorry, but sometimes you have to be honest. And honesty, relationship requires honesty. The next one, number two, is constant criticism. Nothing is good enough. You don't wash pans good enough. You don't clean good enough. You don't work hard enough. You don't make enough money. You are inadequate as a lover, or you are emotionally inadequate, or you're mentally inadequate, or you're financially inadequate, or whatever the inadequacies may be. Constant criticism. You face put downs. You get told that you're worthless. You get told that you're stupid. You get mocked for your ideas and for your concepts, and it chips away at how you value yourself, and it also chips away at your confidence. So, number three, isolation from other people. This is when your partner cuts out people from your life that love you, care about you, support you, and have your back. And they demand all of your time. They demand all of your attention. I can honestly say that there was a person in my life that cut me off from people that I had been friends with for 20 and 30 years, and even family members that I'd been close to my entire life. Because they don't want you to be healthier than them. They don't want you to be stronger than them. They always want to keep you depressed and keep you down and keep you feeling less than what you really are. And because of their inadequacies and because of their failings and because of who they are. So, number four is extreme jealousy. Anytime you get a raise, a job, normal independence is met with suspicion and possessiveness and guilt trips for having a life and having hobbies outside the relationship. I can honestly say that because I had hobbies that a person did not like, I was made to feel bad because I indulged in my hobbies. I was made to feel guilty because I enjoyed other things. And because that person had no life of their own and no personality of their own, they tried to suck my personality and destroy me. And they came close to doing that. Lack of emotional safety. You know, you can't show up as authentic or as your authentic self without fear of how that person will judge you or react to you. You know, if you can't be yourself around somebody that you're in a relationship with, you don't need to be in a relationship with that person, period. Because as time goes by, you're going to become more of yourself. And the more of yourself that you are, you know, you've got to be honest with yourself and be who you are. Another one is gaslighting and blaming. You know, a person will never take, gaslighting is they don't take responsibility. They frequently turn the narrative and the argument around to make you feel guilty. And they begin to say, well, you didn't really see it that way. You didn't really hear it that way. It really wasn't said that way. And that is gaslighting, and that is creating a mindset of manipulation to where they control the narrative and they control what really happened. So, Midwest Survivor, being honest and open with you guys, I have experienced control and manipulation. I've experienced gaslighting and blame. Control and manipulation, they restrict your movements. They restrict your resources like money and transportation. They seek power over your personal choices and boundaries, like you can't buy certain things, or you can't go out to eat, or you can't do whatever the case may be. That is control and manipulation, my friends. When you're in a relationship with somebody, you need to have your space and you need to have your boundaries just as they need to have their space and boundaries. And if they're not giving you that space and boundaries and they're suffocating you and saying that you can't buy stuff and you can't go places and you can't do things without them, that is control and manipulation first and foremost. Lastly, a one-sided effort. If you're doing all the emotional, all the practical labor, if you're putting forth all the effort, if you're doing all the cleaning, all the cooking, everything, and you're being told that it's not good enough and that you're not doing enough, then that is a one-sided relationship. You know, if you're the one that buys the flowers all the time and does all the giving and does everything, then that is a one-sided relationship. I can honestly say that I had a one-sided relationship, and it was very hard and very difficult to maintain. I tried to be everything to this person, and nothing was ever good enough. You know, there was constant criticism and constant disrespect, and I never got feedback as to how I could be better. It was just always negative, 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 negative. You're doing this wrong. You're doing that wrong. You don't do this right. You don't do this right. You don't work hard enough. Just constantly bombarding and being told that I wasn't enough. And that is an unhealthy relationship. When you're told that you're not enough, but you're never given feedback on how to get better. The problem is not you. The problem is them, and they cannot articulate how to get better because they have a hole within themselves that they can't fill. So they are trying to destroy you and break you down. So Midwest Survivor, we're going to do a part 2 of this. There's still about 4 or 5 more of these left to go. So as always, I want you to be healthy. I want you to be strong. If you're in a toxic, narcissistic relationship, reach out to somebody that you trust. Reach out to somebody that has your best interest at heart. Reach out to somebody that really cares about you, that wants to see you become the best version of yourself that you can be. And more importantly, you don't have to put up with this toxicity and narcissism any longer. You can break away. You should break away. And more importantly, you must break away for your own peace of mind and your own peace of heart. So Midwest Survivor, as always, be strong, be healthy, get healthy. And I'll see you tomorrow morning for Breakfast Bits. Take care. Have a good night.